feature attraction band. It's called Feel That Way Again, and the man's voice that you heard on that lead is Mr. Gregg Browder, and Gregg is with us this morning. Hey, Gregg, how you doing, man?
Good morning. Good morning. Glad to be here.
Well, I'm glad to have you here. I was telling folks on Facebook Saturday night when I made a post, I said that you were going to join us, and who knows, you may stay and play DJ for the rest of the morning.
Well, Emporia feels like home. I played music down here literally since I was 15 years old, so this feels like my hometown to me, you know.
Yeah, well, and you're a former radio guy too, so
yep.
Is it true once radio gets in your blood, it really never leaves?
Yeah, I want to do it now. That's crazy. It's worse than drugs.
We've got 3 hours, man. I can find something to do.
I can talk all day. Yeah.
Well, look, I want to talk about the great nomination you guys have received for the Carolina Beach Music Awards, which is coming up this weekend. You are nominated for the Rising Star Award. Tell us a little bit about that.
You mean we're 65-year-old rising stars?
Hey.
Something, isn't it? But at least we got there. We're just really excited and proud to be nominated. And we're all going to Myrtle Beach, and we don't really expect to win. But we're from Virginia, and I think it's good that a Virginia band is finally nominated for something in beach music, because that's a lot of beach fans in Virginia.
Yeah.
So we're glad to represent all our friends here and all the people of Virginia.
Well, when you think of obviously when you think of beach music in Virginia, you think of Bill Deal and the Rondells. You think of Steve Bassett with Sweet Virginia Breeze,
great
so
musicians.
I mean it's and Bill Deal and the Rondells were really the ones that took beach music to the national stage when they had those hits back in the late 70s or late 60s rather.
Exactly right. We've got Animal Ferguson, who played with Fat Ammons and the Rondells, playing drums with us regular. Mm-hmm. He left for a while, but he's back for good. So we're glad to have him back.
One of the things about beach music is it's a feel good. People always ask, what is beach music? And I think if you talk to 100 people, you're going to get 100 different answers.
It's a feeling and a way of life.
That's right.
It actually is. It's a way of life.
It really is. And you can tell by the songs that you have written on this new CD for Featured Traction Band that it's a little bit of everything on that CD. Tell me, I know we were talking about the CD right before the Peanut Festival, but I mean you've got on that CD? How many cuts are on there?
8.
And 7 original stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I wrote most of it, and except for like one song. But I mean, I had these songs, some of them a long time, and others I wrote in the studio. We wanted to get something done. We were getting older. We said, man, let's get something done and just do the best we can and make the best record we can, and maybe we'll do something with it. So it kind of took us by surprise because it really took off. It's great.
And the song that we just heard, Feel That Way Again, that was your big, that was your number one. It was on number one.
Stations, yeah.
Many stations took it, and the horn section. I mean, Gregg and I were talking while the song was playing. I mean, just the production on that song is just fantastic.
Yes, we spent a lot of time on that.
Yeah.
And
it
exactly
shows.
right. Yeah. And Carolina Blue, we've got that. It was 8 years ago. We redid it with a big horn section and gospel group helping us with the backup singing, and spent a lot more time. Changed it to a traditional beach music beat, and it's a lot different, a lot the same, but I think it's like a whole new version of the song, and we're going to try to release that as some single.
Right. And
we have another song called Sunny Day that we spent a lot of time on. Got the big horn section, and we're going to release that this year also, sometime this year.
Right. Well, and with with that new CD, it's just a lot of great stuff. The thing that's refreshing about it is, and this may be one of the keys that you guys were nominated for Rising Star. All your stuff is original stuff.
Yes.
And I mean, don't get me wrong. I love music of all types, but to hear somebody that's writing stuff that has a good beat and it's not a remake of an old soul song is very refreshing.
Well, it's a lot of good old soul songs,
yeah.
But I can't sing like Levi Stubbs.
Yeah.
So if I write my own songs and the band writes our own songs, then they have to sound like me if they want to play it. So I can be me,
That's right.
It's easier for me to do that.
That's right. Now you're talking about Carolina Blue, and I know back when you were with Overtime, that was a big hit for you guys.
Yes, yeah, it was big.
And one of the songs that we're going to play now is "She Don't Love Me No More."
All right, that was number.
That was up there too.
Yeah,
we've seen some chart chart results from that too. But This one, it's got that that the other side of the music business.
And
right?
it's a true story. I wrote this from life. I came home one night and we were playing music, and of course you come home 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and the guy's wife didn't want him to go, so we get him home and all his clothes are out in the yard. She's throwing everything on the bushes and set some of them on fire. It was hilarious, but it probably wasn't funny at the time, but it's funny now.
yeah, you can, especially when, a few years later, once time has passed. All right, well, we're gonna finish up our Beach Break this hour. Featured traction band nominated for Rising Star. This is She Don't Love Me No More.
I think she don't love me. The woman don't love me no more. Baby, please, you know I love you.
Featured traction band and She Don't Love Me No More. Yeah, what did you say about that, Greg?
That's a true story, and it sure brings back some funny memories.
Yeah. Well, hey, can you stay with us for a little bit longer?
Sure.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break. We'll come back to Greg, and we'll get some his. We'll even talk about this year's tobacco crop.
Good year. Thank God.
All right.
Thank
we'll
you,
talk
Lord.
to Greg coming up. 86 WEVA, 10 minutes now before the hour of 9 o'clock. Greg Browder from the Featured Traction Band is with us, and. Talking about beach music, Greg, I mean, you kind of hit it on the head. It's just, a feel-good, kind of a life story type of music. It's a little bit of blues, a little bit of,
R&B.
Yeah, a lot of R&B.
Yeah, a lot of R&B.
Yeah.
We were raised on R&B, and to me, it's just an offshoot of that, and it's a lot of the R&B works. You just get the right beat.
Yeah.
And it's a dancing beat, and it's like I say, it's a way of life now. It's like everybody's into it. It's a community. I didn't realize how much it was until we had this record hit pretty good. So, yeah, we've really enjoyed it, and it's a lot of nice people involved in beach music.
Oh, sure, absolutely. And one of the things, to me, going down. I know this is your first year going down to the Carolina Beach Music Awards as a nominee, but I know you guys have been down there a couple of years, in the past. But it's a big family reunion of sorts.
Really
I
is.
love going down there this time of year because you get to see folks in bands that you don't normally get to see throughout the year. Especially with us being up here in Virginia, there are a lot of folks that we don't get to see throughout the year.
And people appreciate good music.
And they do, yeah.
Judy's Records was playing our CD.
And that's the
Sold
big
25 that day.
Yeah, that's the big the big record shop down right there in the smack dab in the middle of Main Street in North Palm
And
Beach.
they appreciate the original music is what the guy told us. He said,
Yeah.
man, it's the only original stuff we have this year.
Sure.
And they appreciate the music in general. It's wonderful. If you can do something you've been doing forever and people appreciate it, that's worth more than
Now,
than
when
money.
you say you've been doing it forever, how many years is that? How many
54.
years? 54.
I was playing at Delbridge's on Lake Gaston when I was 11.
Is that so?
Yeah, my daddy said it's all right because I was working and making money.
Yeah. Now, have you always played the saxophone? Has that been your
Yeah, I was
your
playing
main
saxophone, with them. And I play a little piano, a little drums,
Right.
all woodwinds.
Oh, and by the way, happy National Saxophone Day.
Thank you so much. I was
Tell me
celebrating
about your
today.
saxophone. You've got a classic saxophone that
I've
you
got
play.
I think 48 King Super 20 with the sterling silver neck and bell. It's called the Full Pearl, and bought it really cheap back in the day. But it's really an unusual horn. It's only about 4 years that it was made that well, and everybody wants one. And luckily, I have one.
Mm-hmm.
I will fight with my last breath to get I tries to take it. Yeah.
Well, back at the Hard Rock Cafe in Atlanta, and I know you've got a daughter that lives down there. So next time
There
you
you
go
go.
to the Hard Rock Cafe, they have got one of Junior Walker's saxophones.
Oh, wow.
They've got it in the plexiglass or whatever. They got it on the wall. I think it's back on the way to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So you'll have to check it out. Speaking of bathroom, tell me about a proposed book title that you're thinking of writing about these years in the music business.
I've been saying for like 10 years, 15, that I'm writing a book about my music experience. It's called 53 Years in the Music Business, Still Changing in the Bathroom. That shows you how far we've gotten with it so far.
Well, if push comes to shove, I guess you could get in that
That's
equipment
right.
truck if you had it with you.
I have done it.
Yeah.
And the door rolled up. Mm.
Oh, yeah. Me. Well, Gregg, we are certainly excited about the nomination that you guys have well deserved. I know a lot of hard work has gone into the band, even from when you guys were first starting 4 or 5 years ago in a garage in a barn on Highway 58 in Freeman. So
yeah. Always love to come talk to Andy. Everybody vote for Andy and vote for me. Vote for Feature Attraction Band.
Well, Gregg, we appreciate you coming by. Oh, and how was I did have I fielded a question off of Facebook. How was your tobacco crop this year?
I had a great crop this year. And most farmers won't admit that. We always lose money,
Yeah.
But I actually had a really good crop. I'm not a very big farmer, but I still like to do it.
Is there anything you don't do? Let's see. Your full-time job is mail carrier. You're a musician. You farm. That's 3. You wear 3 hats.
Well,
is there anything else?
I've got Sundays free, so I'm looking for a preaching job.
Okay. Well.
So, whatever.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, Gregg, again, we do appreciate it, and best of luck to you guys. We're just ecstatic that the band has been nominated and looking for great things. And by the way, Gregg does still have CDs, so if you see Gregg around, or if you want to get the number, you can just call me here at the station.
$10.
$10 CDs, and
it's not cheap, but it's inexpensive.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It's a great CD. So if you're interested in buying one of the Feature Attraction bands, just give us a call here at the station. I'll put you through to Gregg, or I'll put you through to Doug, and we'll get you a CD. So, all right. Well, Gregg, we appreciate it. We'll see you in a few days down in North Myrtle Beach.
All right.
Gregg Browder with the Feature Attraction Band here on WEVA. We're going to make our way to CBS News at the top of the hour here at 9 o'clock.